Once the JWST was sent on a mission deep into the cosmos, all scientists waited in all anxiety to welcome the discoveries this space explorer would bring. Guess what the JWST just did? It made stunning discoveries far beyond the expectations of all the awaiting astronomers, proving that it was no match to its predecessor, the Hubble. However, the discoveries came with some heebie-jeebies that left the scientists both awe-stricken and confused about what step to take. You might just be wondering what this new development is, so why not join us as we talk about this discovery and the problem that arose from it. When the JWST was launched into space, it came with several preliminary discoveries that gave the astronomers a glimmer of what was previously invisible to the human eye. Among such was what could be the most distant galaxies ever seen. An astronomer at the Rochester Institute of Technology in New York, overwhelmed by the discoveries, expressed, "We had in mind an idea of what galaxies at these distances would look like and how much detail we'd be able to see, but I think the reality is just kind of blowing our mind." You know, the Hubble did its genuine and best part in sending millions of photos about space. We would be oblivious of the vast expanse of the universe had not JWST's predecessor, the Hubble, given us such great photos. However, some things remained invisible until the JWST came in, thanks to its ability to see using infrared rays. With the JWST, there is hardly any empty space that doesn't have something. Owing to this cosmic dawn, the scientists discovered something that struck them above all the previous discoveries: the discovery of distant galaxies in a small part of the sky. The newfound galaxy, now named Glass Z13, was discovered earlier this year, leading astronomers to scramble for more of what the JWST can offer. It was found alongside another galaxy also bearing the same name, except that the number is Z11, so it'll read Glass Z11. However, that'll be a topic for another day because there's much to say about Z13 today. With the discovery of the Glass Galaxies, many scientists have been contending for the title of the discovery of the most distant galaxy. Several headlines have appeared depicting different newly discovered galaxies, which unfortunately have not been officially proven. So for now, we'll only deal with Glass Z13, whose image we are sure of and whose information is pretty straightforward. Now, why just the name Glass Z13? Well, the name is not the typical glass you know of, but is a mnemonic for Grism Lens Amplified Survey from Space. The name speaks for itself, and will now speak for the galaxy. The photos of this new galaxy came with a spectacular glow of red. That only means one thing: distance. You see, with the JWST, distance is measured using wavelengths, a trait that makes it the most accurate of telescopes ever invented. Because of this, astronomers could discover what was previously impossible with other observatories. So, how does this wavelength thing work? It's quite simple. The redder the wavelengths, or what is rightly called the redshift, the further away the galaxy comes from. Scientists estimated that it is one of the oldest galaxies, dating back to just 300 to 400 million years after the Big Bang. Furthermore, this new galaxy is said to have a redshift of 13, owing to its name Glass Z13, with the Z in the name symbolizing the redshift. The distance is not the only exciting thing about this discovery. Many other distant galaxies and stars were discovered within a small portion of the sky. This is something that all astronomers welcomed and appreciated, because it was matching with precisely what they had speculated about the universe. Far before even launching the JWST, they suggested that the universe had a collection of other galaxies still unknown to us. To this end, they were at par with the discoveries. However, in this belief arose another problem that promised to crumble all their previously established theories in the structure of the space. Foremost, the structure of the galaxy Glass Z13 disapproved of their former belief that galaxies are regularly shaped. With this novel development, another theory would be shaken to the core: the view of the formation of the stars. Now, before you start thinking about the formation of the stars, we've got you covered, as we'll go through that. You see, astronomers previously believed that the stars were formed due to three major stages. The first stage was the collapse of the interstellar clouds, followed by stage 2, which spelt that these clouds fragmented into clumps related to the collapsing cloud's turbulence. Finally, the clouds collapsed into stars. On this, they collectively agreed that the distant galaxies were more irregularly shaped than nearby ones. For instance, our Milky Way galaxy was said to be more regularly shaped than other distant galaxies. You may be wondering how scientists came to such a conclusion. Well, here's how. They suggested that other galaxies were distorted due to their interaction with neighboring galaxies. The Hubble telescope led scientists to think about things this way. However, the JWST just debunked that. And this is why the JWST gave a totally different picture as it depicted a vast array of galaxies across the sky. These galaxies had very different and regular shapes, making scientists scratch their heads and wonder what the best explanation for the formation of the stars was. To add to their distress, they realized that the JWST pictures showed up to 10 times as many disc-shaped galaxies as previously thought. As a result, the previous notion that distant galaxies were irregular because of their interaction was proven wrong. In addition, despite the interaction of these distant yet neighboring galaxies, the stars seem to exhibit very little random motion, with the stars going through nearly circular orbits. An astronomer from the University of Kansas in Lawrence also observed that these disks were formed way earlier than they thought. Some other scientists could not help but express their concerns about how the JWST crushed their previously established theories. This is what they wrote. We infer that the central regions of at least some massive galaxies were already largely in place 500 million years after the Big Bang, and that massive galaxy formations began extremely early in the history of the universe. As such, their previously formed theories about the evolution of the galaxy were disproved and now seem well-nigh wrong. For the astronomers, this meant they did not understand the universe to begin with. Because of this, there's all the reason that all the people related to astrology should panic, because if their theories about the galaxy should be wrong, then probably all the other ideas might be wrong too. Remember, this is not a problem that will only affect astrology. All other branches of education related to astrology will be affected by the same. It would mean that the world believed in the wrong thing, and astrologers would have to start over and figure everything out. Well, that will have a trickle-down effect on all branches related to astrology, as everyone will have to unlearn the previous theories as they try to study a new cosmos. Astrologers would have to endure the pain of studying afresh the formation of the stars and the reason behind the galaxy's shape. Yet, the state-of-the-art telescope was not done in its quest to debunk science's previously established theories. Astrologers previously believed that the closer galaxies were much more extensive. However, they were led to believe otherwise after Ren Suess, an astronomer at the University of California, compared the Hubble images of galaxies at the cosmic noon with those of the Webb at the same galaxies. For your information, the cosmic noon is at the period believed to be about 3 billion years preceding the Big Bang. At this period, the theory has it that it was the time when star formation peaked, and was when the most light was created. In comparison, the two images held contrasting views. On the one hand, the Hubble showed that the close galaxies were more extensive, while on the other hand, the Webb telescope depicted much smaller images of the same galaxies. In this regard, the previous beliefs about how the galaxies evolved would be considerably shifted. The Hubble led the scientists to conclude that galaxies started out small and grew bigger with time. Still, the JWST hints that galactic evolution is far more complicated than what scientists had previously believed. Studies on the galactic chemistry equally depicted a much more complex picture emerging from the JWST data. While analyzing the first deep image, the scientists saw that the light emitted by galaxies with a redshift greater than 4 had a surprising richness in elements such as oxygen. This is because the spectral lines with varied wavelengths correlated with the chemical elements that compose those galaxies. At this point, astrologers were left clueless about what the process of chemical enrichment entailed. They previously believed that chemical enrichment happened when the stars fused hydrogen and helium to form heavy elements. With the discovery of oxygen, they were led to rethink the intensity and speed at which the stars formed. If you add all the other things that scientists have had to rethink, they have a lot on their plate to sort and figure out. Yet, this is only the beginning of JWST's 20-year mission in space. This is quite demoralizing to the many years of hard work, time and thought they put into coming up with these theories explaining the origin of the cosmos. An astronomer at the University of Kansas found the discoveries from the Webb telescope quite distressful. Thus, he wrote what represented the general sigh of all scientists. Right now, I find myself lying awake at 3 in the morning, wondering if everything I've ever done is wrong. What do you think about the discoveries of the JWST telescope? Let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, please like and subscribe to the channel with all notifications enabled to get more exciting videos coming your way. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.